Today I am going to be showing you how I created one of my own songs, Accordion Lady. For me, when I start writing a song, the most important thing is the setting. I'm really thinking about where's the physical location that I'm in. It doesn't have to be somewhere that I've been before. It can be an imaginary place. It could be a place I saw in a movie. It could be anything. In the case of Accordion Lady, I was thinking about a French pub. I have not been to France. I've been to lots of pubs. But this was a kind of magical place in my mind that I was just making up. It's an old pub. Everything is made out of dark wood. There's green padded booths in the corner, stained glass kind of separating the booths. There's some musicians in the corner. Kind of has a slight 1920s Paris vibe. So when I was thinking about what would something like that sound like, I thought maybe like a waltz. And definitely something that was minor. I started with a B minor, and then I went to a E minor. So basically I played a minor chord, and then I played the chord right beneath it. Then I just backed up 2 frets and played an A and a D. Same thing. Then I went 2 more frets back, played G and C. And then my ear kind of liked the way it sounded when I just went a half step back and played F sharp minor there. When you're in the key of B minor, which this chord progression is, and you have a major 5 chord, which in this case would be F sharp major, gives you that very kind of mysterious sound. And that effect, which some of you guys may know about if you're a musician, is called harmonic minor. I'm going to play all of those chords in a row so you can hear kind of what they sound like together. So as I said, I was picturing a waltz, and that's just because a lot of, European classical music is in 3/4, and there's a waltz component to it, and it kind of gives it an old-fashioned sound. So I took those same chords and I put them in a waltz pattern, which sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then I wanted to alternate the bass. So I just took the bass note from the root to the 5th, and then I get something that sounds like this. See how it starts to have that kind of Parisian feel to it? I remember also whenever I was making this chord progression, I was reading a book about jazz lead playing. And in jazz lead playing, they use a lot of notes that aren't technically in the key. And I didn't know a lot about that at the time, and I thought it was really interesting to see how can you use notes that are not in the key, but still make them sound good. And one of the ways is by using the wrong note in between 2 really good notes. So for example, whenever I do this, that note that I just played right here, this note B flat, is technically not in the key, but because I put it between 2 good notes, a B and an A, it sounded cool. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do it again here. And there. Here. So that gave it a slight kind of circusy vibe that I thought was really cool when you're using those notes that don't necessarily belong. All of those elements from the music kind of sound like a French pub to me from the 1920s. Did it sound like that, really? I have no idea. But that's what it sounds like inside my brain because of whatever movies and soundtracks and albums I've listened to throughout my life. That just sounds right to me. The harmonic minor piece of it made it sound kind of dark and mysterious. The waltz made it sound European. And then those chromatic bass notes made it sound really circusy and weird. I pretty much kept that chord progression going throughout, but I wanted to add a melody on top of that. And I remember when I was making this up, I just was playing the chords very simply, and I was singing what felt natural to me. Da, 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 da. Lyrically, when I wrote this song, it actually took me a really long time to write, maybe 6 months to a year, and I worked on it a lot. And I probably wrote the song 5 times before I got to the version that I really liked. And it was a long journey. And this was me in a season where I had just moved to Austin. A lot of new things happening. I was working a job that was taking up a lot of my time and energy. I was also feeling kind of writer's blocked. Seemed like everything I wrote wasn't any good. I was meeting new people, but I also felt like I didn't belong. Felt like there was already all these established groups of artists in Austin. And so this song was kind of me dealing with that feeling of being an outsider, which I know all of us feel that way sometimes, but also kind of making it funny. Because I did have friends, and whenever I would like sing them these lyrics that I had been working on, we would laugh about them because they were just kind of goofy, humorous, but still serious. And so that's kind of where Accordion Lady came from, as far as the heart and soul behind it goes. I'm just a white boy, cleverly dressed in suspenders and jeans, tugging the knob on the cigarette machine. In the verses, I always started with some sort of confession like, I'm just a white boy. I've got no rhythm. I never learned to dance. Stuff like that. And then I went straight into an image. I try to create images that I would want to be a part of. That's why the setting is so important to me. So I was picturing me sitting in this imaginary French pub over in the corner by myself, drinking a beer and just kind of looking at the crowd and wishing that I was a part of the fun, which sounds really sad when I say it out loud, but it was actually a really fun experience to write. I've got no charm. I'm nodding my head as strangers walk by, struggling to move my lingering eyes. I was stuck on the chorus forever. I could not figure out something that I felt like fit the song and did it justice to create the vibe that I wanted. So I decided I was going to pick an instrument and do the blank man. And I kind of like the accordion, so I said the accordion man. And I've been trying to write the song about the accordion man. And then one night I went into my bedroom, pulled out my journal, and I was trying to write the chorus, and I just could not get into it. It just wasn't kind of making me feel really excited. And then for some reason, the phrase serenade me came along, and then I realized Accordion Lady, serenade me, kind of rhymed. And then it was like the light bulb flicked. I really don't have a great reason for having thought of it. It just popped into my brain. It doesn't happen very often, but when it does, I try to pay attention to it and go with it. Accordion lady, serenade me, unlock my passion and change me to be like you. Finally, at the end of the song, I was kind of picturing one of those cinematic moments in a movie where everyone in a bar is like, singing together some bar song. And so I just sang La Da Da's because I felt like that's what you do. It felt right to just La Da 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 Da, La Da 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 Da. So that is the full story behind Accordion Lady. And now I'm going to play it for you guys. just a white boy, cleverly dressed in suspenders and jeans, tugging the knob on the cigarette machine. I've got no rhythm. I'm tapping my toe in my brown leather boots, sitting alone in the corner booth. Accordion lady, serenade me, take off my clothes and dress me like one of you. I'm just a rich boy, pleasantly lost in your swirling tattoo, tracing the lines of pale pink and blue. I've got no charm. I'm nodding my head as strangers walk by, struggling to move my lingering eyes. Accordion lady, serenade me, unlock my passion and change me to be like you. Da 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 da, da 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 da, da da. I'm too religious. I gave a few dollars when the jar came around, blending in with the rest of the crowd. And I never learned to dance. I just sway back and forth with my hands in my pants, keeping time with a tune. Accordion lady, serenade me, spin me in circles and take me away with you. So that is Accordion Lady. I know a lot of you guys have heard that song before, but I was really excited to get to share some of the context with you today, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.